Hello, everyone. This is part 2 with me and my good friend that invited me. It was such an honor to be on Heels and Reels.
Absolutely. The great, the infamous. Okay, crazy, outrageous. Alva Page, your part 2. I told you we'd be back. Listen, we got a lot to unpack yet again, okay?
I know.
I know y'all have questions like, oh my gosh, who's he been around, this and that? What are the do's and don'ts of my... Okay, so here it is.
All right.
Get down to it.
All right, now we get down to it.
We're going to get down to it, okay. Now, what are the do's and don'ts of the models, especially females? How they come
Do's
in?
and don'ts. Well,
Yes.
That's a lot. That's a list. But let me say,
Yeah.
let's say the don'ts is don't wear your emotions going into your castings. Don't put your emotions into it.
That's right.
The do part would be treat it as a business. All right? Professionalism.
Yes.
If you have a comp card, have a picture, have a picture of yourself. Don't go empty handed
Yes.
into anything
You still
that
have
you
models
do.
going there. I want to get no comp card.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
digital. What is a digital?
Yes.
You should know what a digital is, sir, man.
Right, especially if you've been modeling over, you've been a seasoned model, right?
Yeah.
So, and also too, I've seen some of the don'ts is that would be the shoes.
Wait. Oh, okay. I was waiting for you to say no.
Right.
Seriously.
There are different types of shoes, and I know a lot of people like to give themselves some inches, right?
Oh,
Yeah. And my friend, he
Yeah.
likes to call them stripper shoes,
Yes.
but you have to remember,
Oh shit. All right, go ahead.
but no
Real
offense,
talk.
no offense.
Yeah, no shade.
But those platforms,
Mhm.
you have to realize, even though the heel, it gives you that height, but in realistic, when you look at the platform gives you so much of the height.
Mhm.
So if you have those platforms on, right?
Right.
And it's this high,
Right.
and then you look at the heel,
Mhm.
you take the height of that to that, really your heel is basically a kitten heel that you're using, because you're basically using more of the platform than the heel.
I didn't even dissect it like that. What in the world?
Yes.
You broke it down. See, this is why he's here.
Yes.
Yeah, because
yes.
them girls, I mean, now I go to count, like 90% of the girls have that. I'm like,
Right.
well,
You
dang.
need your nudes, you need your black, and you need your clear.
Absolutely.
But there are tons of shoe companies out there now. I mean, and like, we're in a technology world where you can Google stuff. What you don't know, if I don't know how to twirl my finger, I can go to Google and say how to twirl my finger.
Yes.
So I always say bring the proper shoes. Your attire is always a must. We keep it simple, black,
Yes.
but you want to show off your silhouette.
Absolutely. Let me show you. Let me show you my shoe. Hold on. We're gonna do a little demonstration. No, seriously, because now this shoe would this shoe be perfect? With this
Now,
right here? I'm just
technically, to be honest
Okay.
with you,
Okay.
I would not.
Okay.
would not walk in these shoes. I always
Okay.
love all of my girls to have a shoe
Support.
that would support everything.
I knew you were gonna say that support, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Ex-
Now
yeah.
you have those models that get away with it because sometimes the designers or the producers,
Mhm.
they know the model and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
we got it.
Yeah.
But
right.
I always say, if you have those, we call them the old school pumps.
Yes.
You have those old school pumps, and they do have the pumps that are really high.
They do.
And what it does, it really teaches you how to have control and balance and how to
Yes.
properly walk.
Has that one little strap. I have
Some
one
of them
that-
have the strap, some of them don't.
Right, okay,
Right.
okay.
So I always and I love clothes in.
Okay. Yes. All
because
clothes.
yeah.
In New York, when I went to when they had go-sees back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, it was closed.
It was clothes, and then also
Absolutely.
too, it started getting to the boots.
Yes.
Most of the girls, when they go in New York, they would do the boots.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
anything, but it was just the fact that we did not want anything to distract from what, as a casting director, as a person that casts models as well,
Mhm.
we did not want anything to distract us.
Yes.
We didn't want to go down like, oh my God, and her toe is hanging
Right.
over the shoe, so it was
It's like, what are we doing?
things like that, right?
Yeah, I've seen girls fall, and I'm like,
Right.
so it's a shoe.
Right.
Don't
And- And like I said again, if this is your first time,
Uh-huh.
I would just make it aware,
Yes.
or like I said again, just go and sit down and assist.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my first time.
Mhm.
I've never walked before.
Right.
You can talk to the producers or the casting people. Some of
Yeah.
them have an understanding.
Right.
It all depends on where you're at.
Right, right.
Some do,
but it's
some
always
don't.
something they need help with
Yes,
backstage. I'm telling you, not a day that
So
I've been to a show
I
where
would
they don't
take
need
that
help.
in consideration.
Absolutely.
And there are tons of runway model coaches out there now. I mean,
Yeah.
everything has changed since I've been doing it.
Mhm.
Before, you had Miss J. Alexander, and
Yes, Miss J. I was gonna ask you. Yes, that's
so
mwah.
it was kind of limited with runway coaches. And
Mhm.
when I said back there, it was like you had to be good, especially training models. Mark Forks. You had
Yes.
myself in New York City. You had
Uh-huh.
Jay Alexander. You
Right.
had Sadim. But
Yeah.
these got male coaches, we
Mhm.
were like, we were giving it to the girls.
Oh
We were
yeah.
we were making them girls walk, turns, this and
Yeah.
that.
What episode was it on that you put? It was on. I think it was on online something, and you was on a show. Was
It
it?
was
Top
it was
Model?
called She's Got the Look.
Yeah, she's got the
It was
yes.
TV Land.
I
She's
said
got
that.
the look. It was for the mature women, and
Yeah.
and I have to give credit where credit is due.
Mhm.
If it had not been for Scott Pollard, Drew Felton,
Mhm.
and Danielle Skinner, she
Mhm.
did PR,
Oh
and
wow.
she really those three, when I moved to New York, they really cultivated me.
Mhm.
They really taught me the business.
Right.
Janelle, with
Absolutely.
her PR skills, she really taught me what to
Wow.
say, how to move this and that. And
Mhm.
at first it was just like, I just want to be me, but I understand, like, yeah, you got to be you, but you also got to be marketable. You got to be
Yes.
business.
Yes.
They,
Professional.
yeah,
Yeah.
they look at it in so many different angles.
Yeah. You
You
gotta.
can't just look at it. You can't look at it in one perspective. You
Yes.
have to
You
be
can't be
open.
closed minded.
You have to be
Not in this
open,
industry.
right? You have to be very open,
Yeah.
and like I said again, there are tons of runway coaches out there. You just have to find that runway coach that you gel with,
Yeah.
And I already know I'm not for everyone, and
Right. I don't see how. Anyway.
no, 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 no,
Oh
and
really?
that's just
Okay.
be I'm not for everyone
Okay.
because the way that my brain thinks, like when a model, if you came to me, if you've never done,
Mhm.
I'm not looking at you to be at here. I'm like, let's go here.
Right.
And most models, they
Yeah, to get like, oh God.
that's I'm
Yeah.
taking them too fast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Slow down.
I've
Right.
learned that. I've learned that.
Yeah.
So and it's okay. Like I'm perfectly fine.
Right.
Like I'm not a gatekeeper. I
Mhm.
always like to share. I like to
Yes.
open, and I'm always happy for all the people or models. I've had models that I coach, and now they're coaching. And I'm
Yes.
like,
I said,
I'm like,
I was gonna say
yes.
yes. I was like, what do you think of that? I was gonna say, what do you think about the women, my model brothers and sisters that are coaching certain, they get they
Yes,
teaming
they
up. I love
do
it. I'm
it.
like,
I think it's
okay.
wonderful because it's a new era.
Yeah.
And
You need some fresh.
yes, you do.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many different things, and you just have to find. And right now, with
Mhm.
the coaching that I see, you have to find your gimmick. You have to find
Yeah.
what works for you. There's one lady,
Mhm.
she got a yardstick, and she's like, bah, 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 put. And I was like, okay, if that works, that works, And
Yeah.
you got some people over here, dazzling
Yeah.
around.
Down
I mean,
around, what is it? She's real. I love her to death. Diva Divana.
yeah, so
Mwah,
but
yeah.
there's different
Different one-
levels,
Yes.
You have to see where you want to go. I came from the collegiate era.
Oh, nice.
So, I mean, but I
Okay.
knew where I wanted to go. Like
Mhm.
I got the foundation from the collegiate,
Yeah.
but I realized that did not work. Those techniques cannot work for Europe.
Right.
Because they'll
Right.
look at me like,
Yeah.
what's
Like
going on?
we went
So
on
I
straight
had
walk.
to
Right.
learn how to adjust to all of that. Do
Mhm.
I still hold to those foundations, right? Because
Mhm.
those foundations, you can never lose the foundation. The
Right.
foundation is the steady. So I still
Yes.
hold to it. I just tweak it. I just
Yes.
say, oh, this is modern. Let's bring it up to
Right.
this,
And every show doesn't want the same thing. Like you
Right.
have.
I always want to stand out. So if everybody is doing 50 turns, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go up there and I'm gonna do one.
Right.
Or I'm not gonna do one at all. I'm just
Right.
gonna do a walk on.
Pose and that's it. Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
and it's about how you read with the camera, because that's a lot of that. There are models
Yes.
that have amazing walks.
Yes.
And I've had models that's like, hey coach, can you check my video? This is what I did. And I
Yeah.
looked at the video and I say, walk was perfect.
Uh-huh.
Your storytelling was not there.
Wow.
It did not read
Right.
well, And
Wow.
that's the production end. That's the reason why I'm transitioning and moving into that visionary and the visionary spot, and also to the production end.
Yeah. So
What
yeah.
yes, what that
Production, presentation, and coaching transformation.
yes, that
Ooh.
production. What does it look like on camera?
Yeah.
Do I need to move the shoulders? Do I need what
Because
those
the camera picks up everything.
it pick
I mean, I've been looking at some of my stuff. You girl, you did good. I'm like, no, I don't do it. But I'd be so hard on myself. I'm my worst critic. Jay knows.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows me knows I'm on work script. Kim, you did good. Nah, I don't think it was fire enough.
Well, you have to stop that though.
Okay.
You have to stop that. You have to stop
I
that
always do that.
because you have to look at your years of experience and then what you bring to the table. That's why you have to take a break. Now I'm telling you, as you know, I'm telling
Right.
you as
Yes.
stop saying, "Oh, I need to do better."
Right.
You know, look at it,
Mhm.
fine tune it, and then execute
Got you.
because you got it.
You told me that the first time that
You got it.
execution. You said
Right. The
honey,
minute you start thinking, second guessing
Yep.
yourself, what you did, you have told you build a story,
Right.
and now you're tearing down the story. You're tearing down the house.
Wow.
Because then when people come and you're like, "Oh my God, you did beautiful."
Like,
"Oh
nah.
no, I didn't." So now you just tore down this beautiful story.
Yeah. I never thought about it. Gosh.
Yes.
Because the second time I walked for you, right, the same place, same location,
Mhm.
you said your execution is good. Kim, you said
Yes.
keep that. Because I was lazy. I was
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm gonna show the execution. Stay laser focused. Because you got to
Yes.
model from the tippy toes of your toes to the top of.
I want when I coach models, I want them to pull everything from the
Mhm.
inside, you know?
Yeah.
And that's, when people say, "Oh my God, I love to see you walk," and I said, "What is it that you love to see?" "Oh, I like the way you have confidence." "Okay, and what else?"
Right.
"Oh, you have presence." "Okay, what else? What else do you see?"
Yeah.
"It's the way that you let the garment down." Yeah, I tell a story.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and that would be is I read books.
Oh wow.
My first book, I know not to jump off because I know we're saying do's and don'ts, but
Right.
the do's would be
Uh-huh.
read your fashion history.
Do your homework.
Do
I
your
said, do your
we
homework.
say we say do your homework, but
Yes.
read. There's a wonderful book called Skin Deep, and I think I posted it on my social
I
media.
think so. Yeah.
It was called Skin Deep,
Uh-huh.
and it's by Barbara Summers, and
Okay.
it talks about models of color. We don't say color, but African American models back
Mhm.
in the day.
Mhm.
A lot of people didn't know that Dorothy Tolles
Mhm.
was the muse for Christian Dior. A lot of people didn't know that.
Wow.
They didn't
Ain't
even
that
know. Like
something?
another one of my mentors is Sandy Bass, who she
Huh.
modeled for Givenchy. You
Mm.
see? So
Wow.
it's like you pull from those histories, the
Yeah.
way that those models carry themselves. Though she literally, when you read the pages,
Mhm.
it's like I can visually see it. When she
Mm.
said, "Oh, the model is standing there with her hands on her waist, her fingers," and I can just feel
Feel
it.
it. Yes.
You embody
Who was
it.
that other model? Her name was Don she became with a D.
You're talking about Danielle Luna.
Yes.
Yes.
Daniel, yeah, when I saw her story, I
Right.
said, "Oh my God." It made me
Yes.
like the stuff she went as a African American woman, just alone in this industry. It's like,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I
But
said,
that's
my
when you
gosh.
know the history. And I think that has really helped me, to be
Mhm.
honest with you. And I think that's where a lot of my movement comes from, my storytelling,
Yes.
from the working on television,
Yeah.
that working with great photographers that taught me about lighting. That's why I'm like, "Oh, I need to fix this. I
Yes.
need to do this."
Yes.
Because I work with photographers like Dallas J. Logan, who was all about lighting. He's now
Wow.
in LA. But
Mhm.
it's just those
Those
different
little
people.
things you pick
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
those people.
I never knew
Yeah.
how important lighting was until I got with Jamie. I had no idea. I swear, because I was with one photographer, like, love you to death, girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but yeah, I was just like, he was like, "What?" He was like, I showed him the pictures. He's like, "No, sit down. We're gonna do some pictures."
Yes.
And that was his then. It's been him.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
what. Okay, so pictures, right?
Yes.
What are and that goes to your do's and your don'ts with pictures,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
What story are you trying to relay?
Right.
And that is what
Are
a
you
lot
just
of
standing
people.
there? You got something. You like what? What are we doing?
Right. What happens is I've seen, and I'm gonna take it from a perspective of models that I know
Mhm.
that they don't mind me sharing.
Right.
I'm not saying no names, but I'm just
Right.
saying models that I know
Right.
that
Right.
send me photos.
Okay,
Right. And
okay.
they'll say, "Alva, what do you think?" And
Right.
I'm giving them my honest opinion, right?
Okay.
Because that's what they're looking.
Yeah. I want
looking
you to
at
tell
me.
from
Yeah,
the
I
heart.
want you
Yeah.
to tell me, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, and I'm like, I see where you're trying to go, but the execution was not there. So something was missing. So it either could be the lighting.
Right.
I think the way your angles were, it was beautiful.
Right.
I see that you're trying to relay a story of an African theme.
Right.
I see that. But there's something with the photography, there's something with the lighting that just did not,
Cool.
it didn't,
Mesh. Yeah,
yes,
it's called
it didn't
mesh well.
join together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to look at things like that. But you just don't want to just throw a picture up there.
That's what I'm saying.
You have
Right.
to really, I've seen, I had one of my models, she's like, "Hey, what do you thinking? And the picture was like this, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah. But then look, I look, that finger is sticking out. I'm like, I was like, the pose, it was beautiful.
Right.
But it was just that one finger. So I wouldn't use that.
Or your leg looks amputee. That's what I mean. No,
so
I was like that because you can't. You could be long waisted. I'm very like long.
You have to
use the limbs.
You have to learn how to use it because there are certain models that have long legs, long arms.
Yes.
There are certain models that have a little shorter neck. There are models that
right.
have long legs.
You have accentuates.
That's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
So you have to know your body,
right.
your body shape, your silhouette, your mechanics of everything.
Right.
So that really works out a lot. So yeah, those do's and don'ts. I just covered a little bit with the shoes and the photos.
Right. That was very important because the shoes. I've been seeing a lot of that. Like y'all gotta do better than that.
Yeah,
do better.
Just tell the story correctly, and a theme. Just have a theme. I don't go into a shoot without having a theme.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jamie told me also. Yeah, it's like you don't. Can I just take a picture? Let me just take a picture. No. What story are you trying to tell?
Yeah.
And he'll ask me that to this day of what are we trying to do?
They was like, I
just want to stand and be pretty.
I said, you don't know. You don't have an. And you know what? That comes from Scott. Because Scott would always tell me, he said, if you see an individual and you cannot dress them in a matter of seconds in your mind, they're not meant for you.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
So I can look at a model and if I be like, let me see you walk.
Right.
Then I'll say, okay, great. I can show you how to do this.
Right.
Then I'll be like, let me see you walk. Well, I'm going to be totally honest with you. This may not work, but if you just want something where you want to build your confidence, you want to build your, build confidence with whatever you want to do, you just have to be honest. You have to be honest.
That's good. That's I like the
you have to be honest.
In your face. Don't do something. Let me know if I have
it or
not.
And and the honesty part would come. I will let them know too. If you did not make it as a model like you envisioned,
yes.
But girl or guy,
right?
You can do some hair. You can do some makeup.
Yes.
Your makeup is flawless.
Yeah.
I look at modeling as a open door.
Yeah.
Yes, a door where like, okay, you're just getting in there and you be like, oh, I like this, but I really want to style.
Right.
That's how I look. Oh,
I want some makeup.
I came in as a model, but
I could tell my makeup is flawless and beat to the guy,
Yes.
And they do a lot of them like, guys, girl, how you do that? Because I can't do listen, I'll put some lashes. Listen, I'm just very I wouldn't say basic, but I'm just very let me just put a little foundation and that's it. I don't be doing the eyeshadow and these girls, I'm like, you talented.
Yes.
You can do that in a matter of what, 15 minutes?
Yes, I've seen it. I was like,
beat down.
I was like, I know you're not tall.
Right.
But you can do some makeup.
Right. Yeah.
And let me introduce you to my friend
such and such,
such and such.
And then next they're flying away to Cayman.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that. And
so if it don't work,
not saying that it's over, because who knows?
Yeah.
Because I'm not God. I'm not doing that. I can just say, I'm looking at your talent. I'm looking at your gift. That's what I'm looking at.
Right. As totality.
Right. So I'm like, oh, you can do this.
Right.
So do that.
Right. Have you ever watched, and I've told this is last season on Heels on Reels, the Supreme Model. It's on YouTube. It's a 4-part series.
I have.
Have you seen it from beginning? You have.
Yes, I have.
I mean, if nothing,
because the reason why, because it is from what I told you about Skin Deep by Barbara Summers.
Yes.
It's about those iconic models back in the day from the 50s to 60s.
They break it
down.
Right?
Then now with Supreme, he's bringing it to the more, in the 90s,
yes,
the 80s, you know what I'm saying? The 80s, the 90s.
When
the
they said it was nothing but, right, we got to talk about the one way is they said nothing but the clothing line. They just wanted nothing
that
but
was
girls.
An era. That was an era.
No personality. They were just gone.
That was an era.
Said,
and that's what I said. You got to learn how to shift.
Yeah.
You have to shift. Because I was a part of that era when I started coaching. It was to the point where they call them the robot, the zombie.
Yes.
And then I had to learn, how do I train a model to be lifeless?
Yes.
Still. But still tell a story.
Right.
So that comes with the coaching within. So I would be in my apartment, my brownstone in New York City, and I will walk. Or sometimes I'll go to Central Park and I will walk and I will say, at a still. and
Right.
just stretch my legs and like, okay, Alva, you're moving your shoulders too much.
Right.
I was teaching myself like, okay, this is what the agencies want.
Yeah.
This, this is what they need. This is what they want.
They
This
didn't want that at the time. I said, wow,
right.
I didn't know it was an era
Yes.
then. You know, the
It was like I call it different eras
yeah, the
because
House of Versailles, you know, all this stuff. I was like,
yeah.
wait, I mean, it breaks it down. Y'all have to watch that. House of, what is it?
Versailles.
Versailles. There you go.
Versailles was
Yes, Versailles, yeah.
Versailles was a competition with designers. It was basically,
Okay.
but technically
Okay.
it was supposed to be to raise money and the wealthy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And
gotcha, okay.
if I'm telling the story correctly, I want to make sure I get it correctly. Is I know it was about raising money, but then it became this thing where it was like America versus the French because the
Yes.
French had everything, the polish, this and that.
Yeah.
And it was, just to make a long story short, it was a French reporter that said that the U.S. brought the house down, and they had something that the Parisians did not have, and they had black models. And you have to understand,
Yes.
being African American
Mhm.
and all the stuff that we had to endure,
Mhm.
we learned how to take a little of nothing
Yes.
and make it something.
Yeah.
So those designers, they didn't have the ships and the boats and all of that.
Yeah.
They just had these black models. They had white models as well,
Right,
but they
right.
had those black models, and those black models can only do what they know best.
That's
It's to
it.
bring it to life.
Yes.
They use whatever.
Yeah.
They use the turns. They use the
use
touch.
a scarf. They
They
use,
u-
you know,
yes.
yeah.
So that really allow a lot of black models to go to Paris.
Yes.
And those designers like Yves Saint Laurent and
Yes.
Givenchy,
Yes.
they started building these cabins for these girls. They were like their muse.
Right. They call them the house models, kind of, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Back this term, it's
Yes,
house,
right, the
you're
house
the
model.
house model,
You're
right?
the house model, you know. Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
is a letter in one of the books where
Mhm.
Yves Saint Laurent, he basically talked about how he loved black women, how they just had a class and they just this glam about them, and he will always put them in their haute couture.
Oh.
He said they
Yes.
they sold it better.
Oh,
It was in his words.
right. That was him.
His
Right.
words,
Right. That's just what he saw. His vision. Right.
Yeah. So I
Right.
thought, and when I read stuff like that, I was like, oh, people need to know this. Like,
Right.
guys, y'all wake up. Let's do this.
Y'all
thing.
doing
Let's-
all too much surface level. Y'all
Yeah.
do the homework. Like I tell folks.
Yes,
Y'all think I'm
yes.
playing. No, watch
Yes.
this. Watch the Supreme Models from beginning to end.
Union.
You
Yeah,
know?
because that's that part of that era where you really learn about the Eletwak,
Yes.
that
The models.
deep dark Sudan. She's from Sudan.
Yeah, bald head,
Sudanese bald head. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget I saw her on the cover of Elle magazine. That was just like, and then on
Ooh,
Essence,
classic.
it was just beautiful classic because we didn't get the opportunity to see that a lot.
Right. It's like, where are her flowers? I think a lot of
Yeah.
models, even my model sisters and brothers to this day, like I work with high
Yes.
echelon from,
Mhm.
a lot of them, they don't get the flowers, but it's okay though. I'm going to
Yeah.
still keep pushing,
Yes.
But
that's that's the reason why when I get to see you, I'm so
Mhm.
happy to see you. I'm like, yes, what you doing? Keep going.
Yes, yes.
Or if I see a model, like, yes, what you doing?
Keep
Oh,
going.
I'm wrestling now. Okay, great. Keep going. Keep doing that.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
I'm
yeah.
just like, because I know
Yeah.
how it feels when you don't have support.
Okay.
I've been down that road, when no one didn't believe in you, or you you thinking like, is this really what I need
For me.
to be?
You question
you
yourself.
question.
Yeah.
But through all of that, those are challenges.
Mhm.
But through all of that, I saw something different,
Mhm.
and I take this from Oprah Winfrey,
Uh-oh.
and a lot of people during the Christmas holiday, it would always go Oprah's favorite things.
Yes.
So I took that and I sat back
Mhm.
and I just let it sink in, and I
Okay.
said, "Why is it called Oprah's favorite things?"
Uh-huh.
And I started thinking, because I like to think.
Yeah, yes.
And it was like, because it's not what you like, it's not what the public say,
Mm-hmm.
it's what she likes and what she is saying to the public.
Oh.
These are my favorite things.
Oh.
And if you don't get it, something must be wrong with
Yes.
you.
I was waiting this. If you don't like 10 people walk in the room, like you said, like my mama break it down. 10 people walk and they like this person, and 10, and you got that one person. Oh, I don't like. Something's wrong with you, honey.
Yeah,
You need to go get
and
your.
it's all right.
Right, it's okay. Right. I'm like, it's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
I
It's
think
like,
once we get
it's
to that
okay.
point where
Right.
it's all right, it
Yes.
is all right.
I'm at that point
when
now,
you
I'm
can,
good.
listen.
Yes.
The great thing about it is the fact that you showed up.
Yes.
You walked,
Mm-hmm.
you presented yourself,
Absolutely.
you did what every model does in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And if the casting people, they
Mm-hmm.
don't like you, it is not the end of the world.
Right.
You did it.
Yes.
You have to pat yourself on the back. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you probably was afraid. You probably was scared. You
Right.
started looking at all the other models. You start looking at seasoned models. You start looking at the newbie models. And you're
Yes.
like trying to figure out
Your
where
head is
do,
going,
yes.
yeah.
So
yeah.
you have to calm yourself down and say,
Mm-hmm.
just remember Alva words. Just go in there and do what you need to do.
Right.
And I've done this in New York City.
Either way, it's a win. Go ahead. Yeah.
When I had to audition for MTV Maid to be a
Mhm.
maid coach, this is when they had MTV as a maid coach.
Yeah.
I was a maid coach.
Oh,
And I
shoot.
remember going into Viacom's building
Mhm.
near Times Square.
Mhm.
And I had on a jacket. I love jacket. I love
Yes,
jackets and suits. I love it. I love anything like LaFleur or whatever.
Yes.
So I got in there and they had to interview me. And I'm looking around and I'm just seeing all these fabulous guys, you know.
Oh my
I mean, the
gosh.
baby. I mean, I felt like I was dressed like a professor.
Right,
you
right.
know? And
And you
so,
yeah.
right. So So what happens is my brain started building all of this stuff up in my head,
Mhm.
and then I had to take a break,
Mhm.
step back, and say, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because my friend Danelle called her friend and said I needed to be here, so that's why you're here." You don't know why they're here. They
Yeah.
probably just heard about the casting, but you heard it directly because you had the connection.
Yes.
And so when I had to think about it, I said, yes. So when I walked
Yeah.
inside that room,
Oh my gosh.
oh, I gave them a story.
Woo! I know you did.
He said, all right, we need to do a mic check.
Uh-oh.
I said, testing. And you're watching MTV Maid.
All right.
They said, woo, you ready, aren't you? I said, I was like, yeah, baby, I've been practicing
Right.
a long
I was in the mirror, but it just shows how badly you want it, but how committed you are to the industry.
Yes.
Because some people take it. That's how I want to touch on that too before we go.
Okay.
As a game, like, oh, I'm just here. I'm like that kind of
Yes.
piece me off. Like, why are you here?
Don't let it piss you off. They just here.
Why are
They
you
just
here?
here. But you know what? A lot of people don't know why they're there. They're just
Right.
there, right? And
Okay.
and it goes to, I don't bring my friends because they may not pick me. They may pick my friend. And I'm gonna be mad.
That's like, wait, how you getting this? I was like, child, I don't know. I was like, oh boy. I'm like, where Vanessa at? I was like, oh shoot.
I used to listen.
Okay.
When I
It's
worked
very
at
awkward.
when I worked at the agencies, oh my goodness, I would play a game with some of my models. I said, now,
Oh,
okay,
Oh no.
you're not tall,
Right.
but you got a face.
Right.
I said,
Right.
so what you're gonna do is this model they want to see. But I want you to just sit down in the chair and I say, if they ask you anything, just say you just with Alva. Alva's gonna show you the town. You just came to visit. Yeah, we are good friends.
Right. Okay.
So then all of a sudden, the model is sitting there, and the booker is like, Alva. I said, yes.
Yeah.
Who's that? I said, oh, that's just my good friend. He just came down to visit.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how he ended up.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
how it happens. They come out with a. Yeah, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know. Who's
Because
that girl?
sometimes, you may not be what they're looking for, but I saw something in this individual to the point where I'm like,
you got cosmetic
yeah.
ads. You
I
have
was like,
this ads. You have magazines.
Yeah. But you know what? That's the part of the industry. You learn how to maneuver.
Yes.
You know, like,
this
okay,
don't work. Okay, I'm not that tall for runway. I
yeah.
can go to Mazak. Boom.
Yeah.
Let me be on the cover of Essence.
Yeah.
That's my dream. But anyway, yeah, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there at Essence. Nikki, was it Nikki Taylor? Yeah, okay. Nikki Taylor. Yeah. Anyway, we gonna get there. That's all. So you specialize in was it Caribbean and international fashion
because
markets?
Paris, Milan, yes.
Yes, I just found out we're going to Paris next year. Paris Fashion Week. Yeah, I just posted. Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, y'all. Yeah. So I'm just like the dream. I'm just like, this is real? Because to me, it's like you made. I mean, not just no. I'm not no.
Yes.
They're fitting the whole bill.
And you know what? Since you said that, because it goes back again to how things have changed in the industry, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, everything was so exclusive, right? You had to have an invite.
Yes.
That's what made it.
Or know somebody.
Or know someone, and then we had the tents,
Yes.
in New York City, and you couldn't get in the tents unless you know somebody or you had the invite, right? Or then some of us who was clever, we knew how to sneak in and
You'd be like, Kim, come on.
Right. But those were fun days for me.
Right.
At the tents and at Lincoln Center and all of that.
Bryant Park.
Bryant Park,
Yes.
So, but things have changed where now it has opened the doors where anybody can create a fashion week,
Yeah.
and it's not bad.
No,
It's not
no.
bad. Please, because most people are like, oh, I don't like it. I was like, no, 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 no.
It's not.
It's because it has to grow. It has to
Yeah.
grow because there are tons of other designers out there that we will never get to know if we didn't attend
Absolutely.
certain fashion weeks there. So I
Absolutely.
mean, some of my industry friends will be like,
Not
they'll be like,
industry
they'll be like, Alva, what? I was
Right.
like, what? Hear me out.
Right.
I'm
We
just
was
saying,
listening.
yeah. It just
Right.
allows open doors,
Yeah.
for other designers, and those designers will get the opportunity to learn. They will get. Well, I'm praying that when they get there, it opens doors for them where they can
Yeah.
learn how to better their crafts, how to improve on any and everything, because you always want to improve on something, right?
You and I just like Alva because I know always say people are like, why are you helping her? I'm always like, if I open a door for me, I want to open a door for my sister and my brother
Yes.
or my other model
Yes.
brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the type that okay, get out of here. No, I don't want you in my phone.
Well,
I made it.
to be
so,
honest with you, one of my good friends,
Mhm.
he said on one of his interviews, he said that in fact gatekeeping is over.
Oh, that's what. That's what he said. Oh shoot.
Yeah, it's like people want to gatekeep. It's like,
abolished.
but I mean, because I
It's just
mean,
like-
it's open. You got social media. I mean,
Right. If I want to find a casting girl, I can just look it up. Where you going?
yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
it's
I'll be there too.
I mean, you and I don't even like saying gatekeepers, but then also
Mm-hmm.
I call those challenges. Those you have to look at it. Those are people
Yeah.
that just challenges. It's something that you have. And
Oh, they
say,
don't want to tell. I ain't telling her. I'm like, really? You think that's selfish?
it's
Like-
all right. You don't have to tell me. God will tell me.
Right. He'll tell me, girl, I'm glad I didn't go anywhere. That
He
was
told me to
whack.
go around the other door.
Right, that
Okay.
was whack. So I'll be over here. You go over there. Right, bye, girl. Bye.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let stuff roll off. And I had to. It took me a while to learn that.
You know what? I think this is a beautiful thing that you're doing, heels and reels,
Oh,
and that you're being open
yes.
and vulnerable to people can really understand who you are. And I think that is always beautiful.
Yes,
and I think
thank
you're
you.
telling your story and inviting guests like myself and others to tell their stories because, with any great success, there's always challenges.
Yes.
But then a lot of people don't get to share how did I overcome those challenges,
yes. How did you triumph?
and, yes, and then how the late Pastor Jonelle Summerfield always she would ask this question to us, and she said, "What did you learn?"
Oh wow.
So when something did not go my way or it didn't happen the way, I always say, "Sit back. What did I learn from this?"
yes.
And I love everybody.
Yes.
I do.
I've seen you always smiling and laughing.
I love everybody.
You be on the side, class be
And
over.
I
You still be over there
and
asking
I
questions.
I joke a lot. I'll
Yes,
make
you
funny things. I'm like, what you doing, them little chicken things?
Right. I'm
But
like, "Kid,
I
what
don't
you
want
doing?"
people to take it serious. It's like I just like to joke because I like to bring humor into
Right. You're not
what
like
I do.
stuffy, like,
yeah, like,
don't talk to
relax,
me. I have to go, where's my, where's my card? Is it outside? You've never been that way.
No. Because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like.
You've
I
been
know.
on the other side.
Oh yeah, I've been on the side. I remember
Mm.
this other great model that I even looked up to,
Mm.
and I remember I was so excited because she was a part of history.
Right.
And it was like I just read her in the book, and I'm like, "Oh my God, here you are!" And I was like, "Hi, my name is Alva Page. I'm here in New York City, and I'm a runway coach." And I'll never forget. And she was like, "I don't think men need to be teaching women how to walk."
Oh, and you looked up to this.
Well, it's not, it was just like you read about somebody, and
right.
you're like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
you
right.
just-" And she said that, and
Oh.
I my whole head just went.
Oh, and what do you think about that? Speaking of age, about the high echelon,
I think it's wonderful.
Naomi, she's 50. I mean, you still
Like
rocking the runway.
Like I said again, it goes back to the times. It's eras. It's what's going on.
Yeah. I said, my God,
everybody's from you. They're going. I always look at being a visionary. I look at what the industry is trying to say.
Okay.
And if they started bringing back older, mature supermodels, they're saying we are looking for mature women.
Didn't they do that in Victoria's Secret fashion show? I'm just saying recently, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then even down to the Victoria's Secret fashion show, I know some people like it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
I look at it as being inside the business. It's a business.
It's elevation.
It's a marketing.
Yeah.
It's marketing. I mean, that was a perfect
They
marketing.
had millions of viewers still.
Yeah. And you got athletes that are who've never thought
Right.
about
It was a lot of
They
backlash.
did.
I didn't like
Yes.
that. I'm sorry. I didn't like it for
Yeah.
my girl. I was like, what are we talking about? Hey,
Yes.
leave her
Yes.
alone.
Yeah.
It was
But
just
that's because when you don't have a perspective, it's like
goodness.
it's like to the point where if you were born into wealth
Mm-hmm.
and all you know is custom going getting stuff custom made,
Mm-hmm.
going to the houses of these places, that's all you know. You don't know nothing about Walmart and Target.
Mm.
So what happens, and I was a part of that. I was a part of that era. I'm not a part. I was a part of. I was just like the individual. I was like, oh, why they spend all that money? They need to give that money. And then I had to pause and
Uh-huh.
say, Alva, they were born into this. They don't know nothing. Like they have their
Right.
struggle was not like yours.
Right.
You're
Your story is totally
yeah,
different
it's
from what
totally different.
Right.
And I said, you know what? That is right. I said,
Mm.
that's all they know. If they know that shirt is $3,000,
That's all.
we look at them like, I don't pay no
Right.
$3,000, But
Oh,
for them,
yeah.
that's what they
Oh, she
know.
bougie. No, this is what I know.
That's what
like I grew up
he or
in
she
private school.
knows.
I didn't
Yeah.
grow up over here with you guys, but I never looked down my nose. See, that's
Yes.
what I've never done. My
Yes.
mom told me you don't ever do that.
Yes.
'Cause
And
you
our
would be
lingo
there.
is different, right? My
Yes.
culture, it's totally
Yes.
different. Like I say
Absolutely.
little southern, I have a little southern twang every
Yes.
now and then. And it's no insult to anyone. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
that's just what it is,
Yes.
But
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
learning every day, and that's what makes us so beautiful on the
Yes.
inside and outside. That
Originality.
we're learning, we're growing.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have to
but-
be a chameleon in this industry. I've learned that.
Oh yes,
You
oh
have
my
to be a
goodness.
chameleon. They keep you changing your hair again. Yes, honey. Next week I'll have another hairstyle.
I
Come on.
love women, anybody
Right.
who change.
I
I
know.
love
And
anything.
she got black hair. Now
Yes,
she got gold.
yes,
Yes, honey. I'm
yes.
doing it, honey. I'm
Look,
doing
when
it.
I walked in the studio and I
Uh,
saw you, I was like, what? I was like, okay.
Wait, hold on. I was like, well, last week, hold on. What hair she gonna have next week? You have to be a chameleon.
You have
That's
to.
it.
I think that's, yeah.
You cannot go to a thing, even next time model. I grew up on that, by the way, and I watched the girls like, you cannot cry. Oh, they couldn't my hair to makeover. Oh. Listen, you have a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you're gonna say, no. Well, I'm not
Yeah.
changing my hair. Well, you have to leave my set. I think Miss J, I think somebody said, yeah, you gotta leave my set then, because
Oh.
this is not tolerated. I was like, oh,
Ooh.
they not playing.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah. So I learned like, yeah, if you don't like it, you would have learned to like, yes, I love it, and go in the back room and.
Like I said again, we
Okay.
all have our different perspectives and different views on it. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have asked, but I don't never talk about it. I'd be like, you watch it, you take it for whatever you take
Right,
it, 'cause
right. Everybody has their opinion. I'm like,
Right.
okay, like,
Right.
what did you gain from it?
Because
Okay.
mine's is different, and
Right.
I don't share that with anybody because
Right.
I already know that
Mhm.
everybody's going to see it different. So I just
Yeah.
rather keep it to myself.
Right,
But,
because then you
yeah.
get a whole bunch of people. Oh, you said that. I didn't say
Yeah,
anything. I
yeah.
said what I said.
Yeah.
My
So-
experiences in the industry. Like I talk about my experiences, even now. I'm
Yeah,
still,
that-
exploring and learning myself. But I know
Yeah.
I don't want to be inside a box. I don't want to keep growing, keep elevating.
Well, you're not inside a box, right? You already
Right.
know that, right?
Oh, I
Okay. When
Yes,
she, when
I
she
know.
moved to this, you're not inside a
I
box
know. Once you
anymore.
go, it's like, come on, really? Like,
So I'm trying to teach her how to like stop going back to this small
Oh gosh,
and
yes.
appreciate what you have right now. Like
Yes,
this
blessings.
yes, all of your
Yes.
blessings and,
Yes, and I appreciate
and new
everyone.
opportunities that are coming up. So
Everyone
we
to
did do's
myself.
and don'ts, and what else we did to you?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and everything else. Yeah, we basically covered everything.
We covered
So,
everything.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's it. It was a pleasure to have you. Second time around. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all. Okay. Now he's gonna say
Yes.
he's gonna say his idea to tell
Once
folks where to find
again,
you at.
Alva Page, international model coach, and it's by my name, Alva Page, ALVAPAGE, which is the original page. You can find me on social media, which is Instagram, Twitter. My friend, I love that when he said
I know, Twitter.
And I also have Facebook and also TikTok as well.
All
Right. And just encouraging words.
Yes.
I always tell my people encouraging words are always good.
Positivity.
Just stay positive with everything. That's how-
GVO. Good vibes only, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's your host, Miss Kimora.
Yes.
Kimora Ambrose from Heels and Reels. Okay. We're going to see you on the come up. Stay tuned. Part 2, y'all. You can catch me on, of course, Kimora, IG, KIMORAA_A, and Facebook, Kimora Ambrose. Love y'all.
Love you.